Hey friends, how's it going? We're back out here in the old time cave. Now we're doing some late content. We got back on Sunday. Yesterday was Labor Day, and we did very little because we were very exhausted. So I thought, well, Tuesday I'm taking the day off, and I'm going to do some things I need to catch up on. And so I might as well make a video of of this. This is the regular. Now you saw the earlier video of it before I really did anything with it. I did a little preview on the Tubular Lantern group of the sliding door on the globe plate, that how I freed it up and whatnot. And some of you saw it burning last night. I did post a video of me lighting it. Since I was very excited about the fact that I got it to work properly, I blew out the air tubes with compressed air. However, it did continue to burn poorly. And that's where these guys came in. Yeah, little ball bearings. I had a handful of those, put them in the air tubes, and sealed off the exit points, and just shook it like a cocktail. And I was very vigorous about it, and I wanted those tubes to be clean, darn it. So we got it, and I poured out all the ball bearings and put them back away, and put the fuel back in the fount, and threw the wick back in there with the burner, and I lit it, and Bob's your uncle. It was burning really nice. And I'm very excited because this is going to be a very special lantern in my collection, and I'm very excited to have it because they are very uncommon. I'm not sure the production run, the entire production run of start to finish of the Dietz Regular, when they started to offer it and offered it no longer. I will say that I believe in the early 1900s, the Regular did become the Crown, which was identical to this. However, it has a subtle domed top fount like an early 1900s Victor, when they started changing their design of the Victor. So with that being said, I would imagine why they would have two identical lanterns named different things. Doesn't make sense. I mean, at one time they had the side lift tubular as well as the Victor tubular, which were two identical lanterns, more or less. And then the square lift, and then the number 0 star, they are very identical, but they did cross over. And then when one was introduced, the other one was slowly phased out. So there was some overlap. But anyway, the Regular became the Crown. That's right, the Crown. And then I think they discontinued that in the early 1910-ish or so, give or take. I'm not certain. Don't quote me on this, but I will have to find out more information about that and then fill you in later. However, by the 1930s, after they discontinued the Regular or the Crown, whatever came last, the Crown name made a resurfaced, and it became a cold blast lantern. It was more or less a stripped down Dietz D-Light with a slightly larger fount than the Regular. No, excuse me, the Advance. So the Advance was a D-Light without reinforced air tubes, and then the Crown was the same lantern as the Advance. However, it had a slightly larger fount, and I believe they called that the Crown. It's just interesting how they recycled certain names here and there. And the stripped down D-Light with no reinforced air tubes is actually a very handsome lantern, and it's also rare because they only made them between 1931 and 1933. But we'll go into that at another date. I used to have an Advance. I made a video about it. I have, a good friend of mine out in Ukaipa has it now, and he's using it on his property that's been around since 1930. So it's appropriate. Anyway, enough blibber, blabber, chatter, chitter, chatter. So let's light this. All right, so we're going to do it, of course, the proper way, the match. Now, since I got that little trap door open or working now, let's demonstrate. So here's the little lever, the little knob there, and then you just, there it goes. So now it's open, now it's ready. Now you're going to want to make sure your wick is up just a little bit higher than normal, because you can always turn it down once it lights. Now, this is because when you insert the match, it's going to hit the cone. It's not a perfect passage to the wick. It should have been over here, but then it couldn't be because of the regulator wheel is in the way. So they had to put it just off of that a little bit so you could get around it. All right, so the wick is pretty much in the right position. The trap door is open, and we have a lit match. Yeah. So let that kind of catch and get a hold of itself. Okay, now we will insert. There we go, and turn it down a little bit so it doesn't run away, and then close that little trap door, and then you're in business. How about that, friends? Very nice flame, perfect flame. The Dietz Regular, 1898 era, 1900, maybe 1902, no more later than that. I think maybe 1901 at the very latest, because it does have the soldered in fount bottom. When I do strip it, I hope to find some patent dates and see what the most recent one is. That will help kind of narrow it down a little bit. But I'm gonna say it's probably 1900 at least, with this style cap. The cap might not be original. It might have taken the earlier cap that's flat, but it is brass and it fits fine. But all in all, I will be stripping the paint off and trying to see what we're dealing with underneath the paint. But it's a great little lantern. It burns really nice, and I'm happy with it. It's awesome. It's a very rare lantern. They do not turn up often, not often enough, anyways. And it's very obscure. Not a lot of collectors know about them. Well, until now that there's a video about the Dietz Regular on YouTube in a matter of moments. Well, there was one. I made it. Also on the Tubular Lantern group, some people have shared their regulars, and there's only a handful of them that turn up in searches on the group on Facebook. So that being said, they are definitely a number 4 on the rarity scale that the Kirkmans have supplied on their website. So 1 being the most common and 5 being the most rare, number 4 is definitely up there in the rare, the realm of rare, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's the day off, and I'm not thinking too clearly, but I have a lantern that's burning really happily, and I'm excited about it because this is just cool. It's very bare bones, very basic. The burner cap is brass, so this would definitely indicate probably late 1890s, because they all were pretty much brass, and then they started in on their cheaper or more economy style lanterns, they started using tin after 1900, to my understanding. But yeah, since it's a brass burner cone and burner, I'm going to say chances are this is pre-1900 or 1900 right on the dink. So anyways, awesome. I'm happy. Well, thanks so much for joining me once again out here in the Time Cave and watching us light a very obscure and rare tubular lantern. Thank you to my subscribers. We're still gaining subscribers. I guess I'm doing something right. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate your subscriptions. I appreciate your comments. And we'll be doing another video here soon with the weekend's score. Was the Embury manufactured cold blast that it's actually pretty neat, come to find out. So we'll do another video here shortly, and you'll have plenty of content to enjoy and watch over and over as much as you like for the rest of the week. All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.